Hello, everyone. It's Rob here from Woodward English, and guess where we are? We are in Australia for this lesson. We went all of the way to Australia just for this lesson. It is not a green screen, honest. And how is everyone? I hope you're all doing well. Great to see some familiar faces in here. We've got Jacqueline, we've got Olga, we've got Ange. Okay, just while we wait for everyone to turn up, I have a question for you. What do you know about Australia? All of this lesson will be about Australia, but it is actually a grammar lesson. An error analysis activity. Error analysis activity means that I'm going to show you some sentences or statements on the screen, and there is something wrong with them, and you need to tell me what the problem is. Right, so let's go and see who has arrived. Okay, here we go. We got Jacqueline's turned up. Who else we got there? Hey, you got Lolly Lolly. Great to see you again. And the new hour for everyone there in Europe. How's everything in France going? Hello, everyone. Hello, Teacher Rob. Who else we got here? Just checking. I saw Olga. Yes, there's Olga. Of course, we've got the wonderful Ange, Chile. Hey, we've got JJ from Italy also. Great to see you. So yes, I'm in Australia and my skin is blistering. I'm from New Zealand, so that happens when you go to Australia. We got Carlos also. So what do you know about Australia? Apart from everything alive pretty much wants to kill you, like spiders and snakes and crocodiles and sharks, and the list continues and continues and continues. Iran, how's it going, mate? Great to see you here with us. Always brilliant. I love those photos that you put on in Discord, the Halloween photos. They're great, really great. Just so you know, it's just something we have for our channel members. We've got a Discord there where you can just share and chat and share photos and things like that. It's just like a relaxed environment. Okay, who else we got here? Bujima also. Hey, Francini. We have Sally. Oh, Olga, great. There are many great actors from Australia. Name one. The group AC/DC, yes. Back in Black is from Australia, exactly. Also got speaking about Australia, about kangaroos. Be careful of the spelling there. It's with a K. Koalas and what? And wild nature. Okay. Yeah, so we've got those are the kangaroos, koalas. You know those koalas, they look really, really cute and nice, but they're vicious. They're gonna rip your eyes out if you're just not careful. They just look so cute, cuddly, but they're yeah. And wild nature. The wild nature of the Australians, or no, the nature in general. Okay. Okay, you're very happy? Cool. Hey, we've got Hannah. How's it going? Hello, everyone. Hasn't arrived yet. It takes sometimes time to go up. This is the first English one. Cool. Welcome. Okay, so and our dear teachers, yes, we also got Ange with us too, which is great. Okay, so so what else do you know about Australia? Just waiting. Got one more minute, so let me know what you know about Australia. Like famous sports people. Any famous sports people? Nah. No, they're good at swimming sometimes. You know, they escape from the sharks. That's probably why. What about famous? Can you name some famous actors or musicians? Olga has already mentioned AC/DC. Any other famous musicians from there or famous actors? Hey, Pedro. Great to have you here. Okay. No one knows anything about Australia. It's everyone's like Googling now, famous things from Australia, and the page goes blank. There's nothing there. Any famous people? It's desert and kangaroos. Actually, yeah, there's just no people there. No, it's just wild animals. All the wild animals eat everyone. You go to Australia and it just, yeah. You may not return. Nice to meet you. Also, Pedro. Hey, got Lou also. Great to see you again. Okay. So let us, oh, hang on. Oh, I've got to wait for this one. Rose or Rose from Blackpink is from Australia. Really? I didn't know that. Because they're like a famous K-pop group. I don't know how many people are in there. I'll probably get attacked by all of the Blackpink fans. But yeah, that's interesting. 5 seconds of summer. Yeah, 5 seconds. Because here in New Zealand, we've got 10 seconds. It's long. It's always much better. Okay, who else we got there? I like a group called Real Life from the 80s. What song do they play? I probably know the song. I don't remember the name. The capital of Australia is Canberra. Exactly. Many people think Sydney is the capital, but it's not. It is actually Canberra. It has its own like territory, Australia Capital Territory or something like that. Actors. We have Nicole Kidman. Yep. Hugh Jackman. Yep. Oh, so Wolverine. You got Guy Pearce. Wasn't he like Bond for a while, or was it something? Kate Blanchett. Ah, yeah, we got her from the Lord of the Rings and multiple other places and many more. Don't say Russell Crowe because he was born in New Zealand. Just so you know. Okay, but he got kicked out of New Zealand, and all of the criminals go to Australia, like from old times. Hey, Carmen, great to see you. Okay, let us begin. It is that time. So on the screen, you will see a sentence or a statement here, and it says, number 1, correct the error in this statement. And while you are looking at what the mistake is in here, I will go through the comments and everything like that. Australia is a vast continent stretching from the Indian Ocean in the west to the Pacific Ocean in the east. Something is wrong here. What is wrong? There is a mistake. You need to tell me. Okay, let's have a look. Hey, Ivan from Toronto in Canada. Great to see you. There's a movie, The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I saw that like ages ago. Interesting. Teacher, a lot of K-pop's idols are from Australia. Even Jenny from Blackpink is in some kind of way from Australia, but from New Zealand. I remember there was a New Zealander in one of the K-pop ones, but yeah, Hello, it's a vast continent, lolly. Because what is incontinent? What is incontinent? What does that mean? Because continent is a very large land mass. It's a very big area of land. That's a continent. I mean, there's another definition, but it refers to land. But incontinent, what does that mean? If I'm not mistaken, the capital of Australia should be Sydney. Doesn't matter. Canberra, Sydney, same thing. Full of Australians there. Yeah, Sydney's probably crazier. Yeah. You didn't Google it. Everyone's going to be Googling everything. So you think Ocean Indian? No, it's always Indian Ocean. Pacific Ocean is far away from Australia. It's actually on the west coast. It says there on the west coast is actually the Indian Ocean, because Australia is huge. Which article do you refer to? The correct answer is not incontinent. Incontinent means you are unable to contain your bodily, your lack of control. Exactly. Lack of control when you have to pee. It just came out. Sorry, it's like sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning. It's a medical condition. Yes, it's like urinary incontinence. Exactly. And Australia is a vast continent. It's true. No, it's a vast continent. Rob, behave yourself. I'm from New Zealand, so New Zealanders and Australians, we have this interesting friendship, where if there's a possibility to annoy someone from Australia, we do it and they'll do the same to us. It's just this friendly rivalry. Australia has a lot of endemic species. Exactly. Can you name some? Okay, number 2. Canberra. Okay, we just mentioned this a little bit. Canberra is the capital town of Australia. What is the problem with this? It isn't. Sydney is the capital of Australia. It isn't the capital. It's the largest city, the craziest city. It has about like 7 million people, around about there, but it's not the capital. The capital is actually Canberra, which is like its own little city-state type thing in the middle of, what's the one up the north? I think it's Queensland or somewhere. I don't know. It's like its own little area. It's not associated with any state. It's actually a territory. So Canberra is the capital. This is not correct. Number 2, there is a mistake. What is the mistake? While I await your answer, I shall have a drink. What is the mistake here? Almost. Capital is fine. So capital is fine. There's no E at the end at all. So what is the mistake with this statement? The koala. No. What is the mistake with this one? Capital town. Exactly. So capital town is incorrect. It should be something else. What should it be? The mistake is town, isn't it? Exactly. So no, there is a mistake there. What is the correction? And yes, it is the other one. Australia is a vast continent from the Indian Ocean in or to the west. No, there was continent versus incontinent. Sydney is actually with a Y at the beginning too. It's got 2 Y's. Sydney. Exactly. It is capital city, not a town. A town is small, like up to 30,000 people. And after 30,000 people, it becomes a city. I think that's one of the definitions of town versus city. Real Life sang Send Me an Angel. I'm thinking of the Scorpion song, Send Me an Angel. If I heard it, I probably would. I'll Google it later. Okay, number 3. There is something wrong here. What is the problem? Where is the mistake or the error in this statement? And not just what is the mistake, what is the correction? Now, this lesson is a little bit more advanced. It's like a little bit of advanced English. We're going to see lots of grammar points and interesting things like that. Let's have a look. Olga is there. Great. I can see that one. I'll just wait for some other people to put their... Oh, that's an interesting possibility, JJ. Let's have a look. It would be... Yeah, if you want, you can write it all out, but there's a lot of text there, so it might take a while, but usually it's good when everyone writes it out. But I understand with these ones, because a lot of these are quite long. Okay, it is populated. Sydney is the most populated city in Australia with over 6 million people. And why populated and not population? Why is that? You've got popular. That is actually possible. Sydney is the most popular city in Australia. That could be a possibility also. I like that option. It's the most popular city. Everyone loves it. It's like the best one to go to. That could be a possibility, but I'm actually looking for another one. That word doesn't quite exist. Here we have the most populated. Exactly, because population is a noun. Population is a noun. And with most, which helps with making a comparative. A comparative uses an adjective. Populated, the most populated city in Australia. And just so you know, it's the largest is Sydney. Remember Sydney was with two Y's, like you got the spelling right here. Sydney. Sydney is the largest city. Now, because largest already has EST at the end. So if we have largest, we don't have most at the beginning. And again, Iran's got it correct, populated. Another option is the most populous city. That is a possibility too by Nina. That can be another possibility. Hey, Tom, great to see you. Population is a noun and populated is an adjective. Awesome. Okay. And can you make a group for us, the students, to chat to each other? We do have a Discord, but it's for the channel members. If you want to be a channel member, you click the join button, which is around about here somewhere. Okay, we have that just for students. If they want to chat, you can also chat with spoken together, sometimes with me. Depends on the day and the students, whoever's available. Okay, we can say Sydney has the largest population or the majority of the population. If we say the largest population in Australia without city, okay, we say without city is like Sydney has the largest population in Australia without city. Okay, so the next one is number 4. Correct the error in this statement. What is the problem? There is a mistake here. Do you know what the mistake is? What is the most inhabited? Now, inhabited is not normally used for cities. Like a piece of land is inhabited. It is populated by people. We don't normally use inhabited for cities or towns or places like that. It's just like an area of land that is populated with someone here, someone over there, just people in different places. Okay. Where am I from? I'm from New Zealand, which is next to Australia. Exactly. Olga's got it. Lolly almost got it. You got a typo there. JJ's got it. Yes. Oh, you did it again. Do it. Have another go. Third time lucky, Lolly. Okay, so let's have a look. It is 90% of Australians live on the coast. This is the correct one. 90% of Australians. 90% of Australians. 90% of Australians. We need the of there. 90% of Australians. Because if we say 90% Australians, it's like saying 90% is Australian and the other 10% is I don't know, kangaroo. Australian people consist of 90% Australian and 10% kangaroo or koala. That's what it sounds like. 90% Australians, 90% of Australians. Okay, so the preposition of is needed there. So thank you, Lou. 90% of Australians live on the coast, which is true. I investigated all of this information. Fortunately, there's no Australians here. It's too early for Australians at 7 o'clock in the morning, so they can't say, no, Rob, that's wrong. That's why I did this class early, so they can't appear. Yeah. Okay. And of course, they won't wake up until midday. They're like that. They're lazy like that, you know. Okay, next one. And Australians can't defend themselves against this New Zealander. Okay, next one is number 5. Number 5. Thank you, Ibrahim. Thank you. You're the best teacher in English with your video lessons when I have time. That's great. Glad I can help in my little way. Okay, so number 5 is also incorrect. Why is it incorrect? Why is this incorrect? Many Australians make regular exercise, especially at the beach. What is the problem with this one? What is the problem with this one? Let's make sure. Good. Yep, I can see some good answers here. We've got Marion there with do, or Marianne. We got workout. Many Australians work out, especially at the beach. That could be a possibility. Australians with the, what do you call it, the semicolon? No? Many Australians, that's fine. Because that's many Australians as a subject, and we need the verb, nothing breaking it. You can say on the beach is a possibility, but it's also at the beach. At the beach in general. On the beach is more specific, like you want to let everyone know it's physically on the beach and not in the water, not on the street. Okay. No, especially is fine. Especially. We have do regular exercise. Exactly. You don't make exercise. You do exercise. The difference between do versus make. We do have a lesson about that. Go check it out. Do versus make. So many Australians do regular exercise, especially at the beach. Like they got this like can of beer there and they're just like drinking. They're getting their muscles here like from drinking beer at the beach. Okay, so next one is just checking. Yep, number 6. We've got lots of these. I think we've got about 20 or so. Next one, number 6. Correct the error in the statement. Australia was first settled by the British in January 26, 1788. I'm pretty sure that's correct. I know January the 26th is correct because it is the National Day of Australia. January the 26th is the National Day of Australia. So that part's probably correct. 1788 is probably correct too. Hey, Bruno, how's it going? So what needs to be corrected in this? I can see some different responses. While I'm waiting for everyone to put their responses, let's just read this one. What is the easiest way to speak English fluently, and how can I speak English fluently? The best way to speak English fluently is using the language as much as possible. Orally, written, as much as possible. Many people, when they're at a low level, they're like, I'm going to wait for that moment when I speak better. But that moment never happens because you always want to speak better. Just start even from a basic level. Don't worry about making mistakes. When I speak in Spanish, I make mistakes, but I don't care. Just communicate, express yourself. And that is how eventually you'll start speaking English fluently. Now here you've got January the 26th. So we have January 26th. That's another possibility. You can have it with the TH. When you say it with the TH, like January 26th. But it can also be written just with the 26th. But when you say it, you need to pronounce the TH. The first settled? Nope. Because it wasn't the first country settled. They conquered many places over time. Yes, Olga. On January 26th. Exactly. On January 26th. On. Why on? Because on is used for a specific. You got was the first. It wasn't the first. There are many before then. It is. You can do it. Doesn't matter which one you do. 26th January, January 26th makes no difference. On, here it is. Thank you, Francini. Australia was first settled by the British on January 26, 1788. Exactly. On is used for specific days. On Monday, on Tuesday, on the 26th, on Christmas Day, on my birthday, because those are specific days. The order does not matter. We say in January, if we do not specify a day. But if we specify a day, it doesn't matter about the order. It's a specific day. January 26th is a specific day. But if we do not include the day, we would say Australia was first settled by the British in January of 1788. And remember the years. We divide it into two parts. The first two numbers and the second two numbers. 1788, 1984, 20, what are we in? 2022. I forget. 2022. Okay. And the next one is number 7. Australia is in the South Hemisphere next to New Zealand. What needs to be corrected here? As I mentioned, use it. Use the language. Totally. How to improve my speaking English? Find someone to speak with, or even speak to yourself. Repeat. For example, at the moment, we have some speaking lessons. I'm in the process of creating. I've got like 10 at the moment. Go through those, and after everything I say, repeat what I say and try and imitate or copy exactly the way, the intonation of everything that I have. That is a brilliant way of learning to speak confidently, is by repetition, repeating exactly what other people say. And so I've got 10 videos there. Go watch all of those and repeat. I give you a pause after every statement where you can actually say and repeat, or if you want, click pause too, where you can repeat everything I say. That is another way to improve your English. Australia is next to, it could be near. It could be, near Australia, next to Australia. We can say like next to, like on the world scale, we can say next to or near. They're both possible there. Southern. Okay, so the first one. Yes, Southern Hemisphere. What is the difference between South and Southern? What is the difference between South and Southern? South is a noun. The South, the West, the East. But here we have hemisphere, and before, which is a noun. And we want to give more information about which hemisphere. So we need an adjective. And the adjective is southern. Southern hemisphere. Okay? Many of you live in the northern hemisphere. Many of you live in the southern hemisphere. Where do you live? I live in the southern hemisphere. Do you live in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere? Let me know in the chat. Simple as that. So it is, and there it is, southern hemisphere. Brilliant, southern. You can say another possibility, Australia is located in the southern hemisphere. Australia is on the southern hemisphere. It's always in the southern hemisphere. In with hemisphere. Okay. So which hemisphere are you in? The northern hemisphere, or in the southern hemisphere? Let's go. Number 8. Perfect. Ooh, this is a long one. Discoveries made in Australia have supported the argument that Aborigines have lived there for over 40,000 years. Whew. What is the mistake in this novel? What is the mistake here? There is a mistake. What is it? Just move the camera a little bit, maybe. There it is. What is the mistake? Aha! Olga is quick. She noticed it. That's brilliant. Yes, prepositions are very frustrating. JJ, don't worry. It's a common mistake in any language. You learn French, Spanish, Italian, whatever. Prepositions are terrible. Okay, so Olga. Everyone copy Olga. No, think what and why. Why Olga has put have lived. Why have lived and not has lived? Why is that? Why have lived and not has lived? I shall wait for your answers. Great, Javier. Colombia is in the northern hemisphere. Great example. I like how you used a complete sentence there. That's brilliant. Has been living? Nope. Need a bit more specific there, because there's already have there. Oops, where is it? Have lived, exactly, because it's plural. Aborigines, it's plural, they. They have lived. They have lived there for over 40,000 years. 40,000 years ago? Nope. Ago means in the past. But they still live there. They're still a part of the community. In theory, because sometimes Australians, yeah. Also, have lived, because we use has with he, she, and that exactly. And Aborigines are they. Also, be careful when you have a long number like 40,000, like right here, 40,000, and put a comma and not a dot. In some countries, you put a dot, but in English, no. To differentiate long numbers, we put commas. So 1 million would be 1, comma, 000, comma, 000. Okay? So use commas and not dots when you give long numbers. And okay, what else we got there? How can you be happy? I'll answer that in a sec. Number 9. I don't know. I don't know. I just enjoy participating with everyone live. It's just having this. I like connecting with everyone. I don't know. It makes me happy. Happy chatting with everyone. Happy being able to help other people. Yes, because in France you put a dot. Thank you for putting that, Lolly. Yeah, that's why I mentioned it, because I know in many European countries, like in French and I think in Italy, in Spain, or in Spanish-speaking countries, you put a dot instead of a comma. Okay, next one. Number 9, Australians, like Americans, drive on the left side of the road. What needs to change there? Haha, Tomic, you got it. Australians as Americans? No. Because if you say Australians as Americans, it's like Australians when they pretend to be Americans. Yeah, that's not right. Not correct. I can see one correct answer. Now, you put the right side, and the Americans, or the people from the United States of America. I don't like how they call themselves American, because for me, Americans is the entire continent. North America, Central America, South America. Chileans are Americans. Argentinians, Brazilians are Americans. For me. Okay. And the right side, in Australia, they drive on the left side. In New Zealand, we drive on the left side. In England, you drive on the left side. In Japan, they drive on the left side also. So it's not the right side. Well, you could say the right-hand side. No, it's just the left side or the right-hand side or left-hand side. Nope, that one's not correct. But basically, where is it? Tomic. Unlike. Unlike. Exactly. So it's unlike. Unlike. So it is, yep, it's unlike. It's like saying Australians, like Americans, eat hot dogs. If I say Australians like can also mean similar to. Americans eat hot dogs. Weird example. But here, if we say unlike, Australians, unlike Americans, it means not similar to. It means not similar to. Okay? Australians, unlike Americans, drive on the left side of the road. Exactly. So the next one is number 10. Ooh, this one's a long one. I think this is the longest one here. This is the longest one. Okay, and while I wait for your answers, I'm just going to go check out some of the other questions. Did I visit any Arabic countries? I've only been to Morocco. Oh, there it is. It was frozen for a little bit. Hello. I just want to make sure you can hear me now. Okay, so I got froze for a little bit. Okay, it froze for a little bit. Okay, so we got on the left. What else we're looking for? Like English, not Americans. Yeah, that could be another possibility for that one. Let me have a look. Australians like. Oh no, like Australians like the British or like New Zealanders. That could be another possibility, a different way of doing it. Okay, going back to number 10. Do you dream of having 8 million? I don't actually dream of having 8 million subscribers. That's just a small amount. What's more important is the number of people that we help around the world. More people watching the videos. For me, that's more important than subscriber numbers. I prefer million times. I said in Spanish. Un millón de veces. I prefer 1 million times to have 8 million views than 8 million subscribers on a video. I just prefer that more because that means I helped 8 million people, because subscriber numbers are just vanity metrics. What's more important, the number of people that watch you, and for me, the number of people around the world that you can help. Okay, next one is still number 10. Well, let me have a look. Uluru is a world famous attraction in the north. It was once called, but the name changed. Okay, I know what the answer is. I had to think, what's the answer? I had to think for a moment, just like, I thought it was something else. Exactly. Was once. Thank you, Candy. Was once. You can know a world famous attraction can be with the hyphen there. World famous is like combining it. It's called a compound adjective. There's a lesson about that somewhere. A compound adjective, it's an advanced lesson, is where you have a hyphen between two. Sometimes an adjective is made of two parts. And when it's made of two parts, you join it with a hyphen. Okay, it's called a compound adjective. You can find it on the channel down below. It was once called. It was exactly. It was once called. It was once called. It was once. Oh, this is easy. Exactly. It was once. So that is the correct answer. Exactly. It was once called because it is once. It sounds like the present, and it's not the present. It was changed in the past in the 1990s out of respect for the out of respect for the Aborigines. The reason I laugh is because of when they also called the Olgas. I have no idea. That sounds like it should be. We'll just change it. Okay, Australians, you heard it. You got to change it now. Okay, don't worry, the best way is to use the language. Okay, in the Northern Territory, no, because again, territory is a noun, so we need the adjective. What type of territory? The Northern Territory. Okay, if you just have north, south, no problem, but the fact we have a noun after it, we need the adjective form, which is northern or southern. Hey Guy, great to see you again. Welcome in. Okay, let's go to number 11. Number 11. Bondi is one of the most well-known beaches in the world. What needs to change in this statement? What needs to change? And I'll answer some of these questions. Why don't you become president? Not interested in politics, don't care. And to be a good politician is not making people happy. It's like making things well or correct or good in your country. You can improve your English in one day if you want, if you use the entire day. It is, you can improve your English one day if you spend time improving. Even little parts of English are helps. Don't think about improving to be fluent. No, every single day you improve. You learn one word, you have improved. Is one of them well-known beaches? Exactly. Or well-known, compound adjective. Exactly. Well-known beaches. My English is getting worse. Worse, not worst. Is worse. Because this is advanced English, JJ. Do not worry. This is advanced. This is not easy what we're doing. So it is well-known. Exactly. The most well-known. Okay, next one is number 12. The language the majority of Australians speak was English. What is the correction here? What needs to change in this statement? What needs to change in this statement? Just gonna check this. This is number 12. Just so you know, Bondi is one of the most well-known beaches in the world because of all of the shark attacks and people that get eaten. Or it could be because it's just beautiful. But there are many beautiful beaches in New Zealand too, much better. Okay, so the language the majority of Australians speak is English. Is English. Exactly. Is English. It's debatable because I don't know if they really speak English. They sort of like speak Australian there. It's like this nasal thing. Is English. Yes, they still try to speak English. Okay, next one is number 13. Perth is the most remote city in Earth. This is incorrect. What needs to change there? You're welcome. What needs to change here? Perth is a city. It's on the western coast of Australia. And it's like far from everything. It's a part of Australia, but it takes hours to go from Sydney to Perth. I'm not too sure how. Someone wants to Google it later. The distance between Sydney and Perth by plane is like 4 or 5 hours or something crazy. It's like really huge continent. Exactly. We've got some correct answers coming up. On Earth. Oops. Where did I go? Yep, on Earth. On Earth. Exactly. It is on Earth. The reason it's not remotest is because remote for what do you call them? Superlatives. Comparatives and superlatives. For superlatives, if the adjective has one syllable like big, fast, those are one syllables, we put est at the end. Big, biggest, fast, fastest. But when they have two syllables, and they don't end in y, when they have two syllables like remote, we don't say remotest because it's two syllables. So we say most remote. Or intelligent. There's four syllables. We say most intelligent. These are superlatives. The exception is with two syllable adjectives that end in y, like happy, crazy, happiest, craziest. That's the exception of the rule. So most remote is correct. And remote means distant. The most distant city on Earth. It's just On Earth or on the Earth? Yeah, on Earth. Normally just say on Earth or on the Earth. On Earth is better. You're welcome. There is a train that crosses the desert and takes you to Perth. That would take days to get there. It would take days. Okay, so remote means far away. Thank you, Olga. Exactly. Next one is number 14. Almost 70% of Australia. Okay, something here is not correct. What needs to be corrected here? We've got the of now. Remember, the last one's 70% of. So that one's fine. That's what we wanted. What needs to change here? Yes, I can see some correct answers appearing. Okay, here it goes. It is desert. Because what did I write? Desert with one S. Because this one here, dessert, or covering my mouth. This one over here, dessert is something sweet to eat, like ice cream or a lemon pie or something like that. That is a dessert. And desert is, yes, your live stream is probably a bit later. Click the live button. Click the live button. Wherever, if you find it's like a little bit out, click the live button. Okay, so going back up, it is desert. Desert. Now listen to, okay, where is it? Dessert. Desert. Dessert. This one, dessert, is the accent is on the last syllable. Dessert goes up at the end. Whereas this one here, desert, the accent is on the first syllable. Dessert, desert. Dessert, desert. That is the difference. So exactly, it is with one est. Exactly. So it is dessert, not desert. Desert, not dessert. Okay. So, dessert meaning is sweet. It's something like sweet type of food after dinner, usually after dinner, but you can have desserts any time of day, after breakfast if you like. So yeah, I hope I did the represent. So in your case, dessert, desert, dessert at the end, desert. So you can see there's a little difference there. Okay, next one is 14 is 15. Not too sure regarding later. I don't know. No idea. Sorry. It's on your phone. Maybe it's a little bit late. Yeah, just try and click the live button if you can see it. Australia has produced much famous actors known all around the world. What? Ooh, look at this one. Candy, dessert with the ice cream and cake and lollipop. Oh, yes, even your name. Exactly. Am I online on YouTube every day for teaching? No, it's just today, same time, same day, every week, except for maybe next week, we're going to see. But normally every day, every week at the same time in English. And I also do it in Spanish, a different lesson on Thursdays for your time. So yeah. And it is, Tomic is with the correct answer. Many, several. It could be, has produced several. Yeah, it's like only like 5 or 6 or 7. not many. Many refers to a lot of them. There's not many. It is actually many. Because many is with, thank you, Lolly. Many is with countable nouns. Actors, you can count actors. You got 1, 2, 3 actors, 4 actors, 5 actors. Many. Much is used with uncountable uncountable nouns. Okay, much time, much money, much experience, whatever. Oh no, experiences, you get many experiences. Anyway, much is with uncountable nouns. Okay, next one is number 16. Number 16, Australians like to say, "G'day, mate," every time. Use article, that before name of country. No, in English, this one here, we don't, in English, we don't, there are only some countries that have the article "the" at the beginning. There are only some article country, like the Philippines. Okay, that's one example. But in general, it's just Australia, New Zealand, England, the United Kingdom. Okay, but there are not many countries where you need the Philippines. We need the at the beginning. Okay, so next one is 16. Australians like to say, "G'day, mate." G'day, mate. That's true. Now, Australians, I don't know any Australian that would say "good morning." They'll probably say "morning," "g'day." So actually, "g'day" is a short way of saying good day. Good day. But Australians, it's sometimes difficult for them to speak, to make long sentences and to, pronounce things correctly. It's like as short as possible. "G'day." Which means good day. It means good day. No, it's not saying, because it's like to say. If you have two verbs together, like to eat, like to say, the second verb is the infinitive. To go, to eat, to say. Thank you, Olga. The USA, the Netherlands. Oops. The Netherlands also are another examples. Yeah, you can say all the time. All the time, because every time means exactly every single time. What's your name? G'day, mate. No, you don't say it every time. It's all the time in general. It's like more generic. Okay, so yeah, it is all the time. I know Olga's fast. She's amazing. She's really good. You can say all the time is better, or every day. Every day, they could probably say it every day too. Yeah, every day. They probably do. It's like all the time. It just sounds more relaxed. It doesn't mean every day. It could be one day they don't say it because they don't communicate with their family or whatever. And mate is a common expression in Australia, also New Zealand. We use mate a lot to refer to a friend. Okay, hey mate, how's it going? Mate is like saying friend. Okay, I'm going to get together with my mates, which means we don't normally say with my friends. Yeah, no, I get together with my mates, which means my friends. That's a New Zealand thing too. So some more examples: the UK, the USA, the Philippines, the Netherlands, the Czech Republic, off the top of my head. Okay, next one, number 17. Ooh, the Barossa Valley in South Australia is where some of the country's best and most expensive wine comes from. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. So what's correct? Which one? For the last one, number 16 is all the time. Australians like to say, "G'day, mate." All the time. All the time. Number 17. What is the mistake here? What is the mistake? Mm-hmm. Hi, Jude. Hi, teacher. Hello, how's it going? And hello, students all around the world. Join in. You're joining in at the end, but join us next week too. Same time, same day. Yep, Olga's there. Olga's there. Who else is there? Who else has the correct answer? Everyone waits for Olga to put her answer. I'm just going to wait for Olga to put her answer there, and then I'm just going to copy and paste. While I wait for your answers, let's go have a look. Yeah, good to have you here. It is. Ooh, interesting. Let's go have a look at this one. There are some of. The Barossa Valley in South is where there are some of. Yep, that could be possible, but that part is also correct. English is my first language, and I've been teaching English for 25 years. Yeah, no. It is, okay, I'm going to put Olga's answer here. Countries with apostrophe S. Why? Why? Why is it with an apostrophe S? Because countries, as appears over, gotta stop, over here somewhere, that countries is the plural of country. One country, two countries. Okay. And what we want, oh no, it just came out. That's sorry. It happened by accident. And the other one is countries is what some of the country's best wine. Okay, because we're referring to the best wine of the country. So we use the apostrophe S, it's a genitive case, possessive nouns. Okay. So all of them, yep. So Eugenia Lara also has it correct. It is, yes, it is countries, Miguel. It is countries. Exactly. It's like they're called possessive nouns. Oh, yeah. They're called, it's like for the genitive case also. Number 18, next one. Every year, Australia plays New Zealand 3 times in rugby union. They play for the Bledisloe Cup. Great to have you here, Eugenia. Yeah, just delete it. And we're waiting for your answer. Waiting for your answer. Country plays. It could be plays with Australia. That's a possibility, but plays against Australia, plays with Australia, or Australia plays with New Zealand. Australia plays against New Zealand. Australia plays New Zealand. There are 3 different ways of saying exactly the same thing. Atomic. Exactly. Atomic is, has it correct? Times. Not 3 times, 3 times. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, everything like that. Times. So yeah, you can say plays against New Zealand. That's possible, but you can say plays New Zealand. 3 times. Exactly. Marianne, also 3 times, times, exactly, times, 3 times, 3 times, exactly. I know, it's just like a little detail. Sometimes you're like, oh, they play for the Bledisloe Cup. Exactly. So they do play, of course. New Zealand wins every single time. I think the last time Australia won was like in 3,000 years ago, something like that. Long time ago. Okay. So yeah, so 3 times. Play can be transitive or intransitive, depends on the use. Some verbs can be both transitive and intransitive. I play. Yeah, I like to play. I play. It can be by itself, which means it's intransitive, or it can be play football, which is transitive. Some verbs are like that. Now, thrice is thrice with an H. Thrice is not something we use very often nowadays. It was used more in the past, like 100 or so years ago. If someone says thrice to nowadays, it's like, why did you say that? That sounds strange. Okay, so yeah, so the devil is the details. Exactly. Thrice. So we just normally say 3 times, 99.9% of the time. Oh, that's great to hear, Eugenia. Hello to all of your students. If what, you can just record this later. Hello to students from of Eugenia's students. Hello. Okay. And the next one is number 19. 19. If considered an island and not a continent, Australia is the most biggest island in the world. What is the correct answer here? What is the correct answer here? Oh, the correction. What needs to change here? You're always so nice, Olga. We really appreciate you. Look, I can see the answers. Oops, it's considered. Oops, it moved. my screen. I go to click and then it moves up, and I click. Let's start with the first one. The biggest. Exactly. We don't have most when we already have est at the end. Biggest already has. I mentioned that about 4 or 5 questions ago. So it's the biggest. The biggest. Okay. It's whoops, it keeps moving really quickly. Where is it? There it is. It's considered an island? No. If considered an island, comma, you're talking about the conditionals. Exactly. So you do not put most there because it has est already. Big, remember, it's 1 syllable. Yeah, big. It's 1 syllable, so you just put est. And most, without most, is because if it has 2 or more syllables, we use most, intelligent, most, whatever. Okay, so the biggest, exactly. But interestingly, I discovered if you put it in Google, the biggest or largest island in the world, Australia is number 1 because it's considered a continent. Whereas Greenland, Australia is bigger than Greenland. The biggest island in the world is actually Greenland. Random things you didn't need to know, but I share with you anyway. I do that. Exactly, it is the biggest. Oops, sorry. Yeah, so it's the biggest. And it is before a superlative degree. Don't use most unless you have 2 more syllables. Exactly. The biggest. Okay, and the next one. Australia consists with 6 states and 2 territories. So we've seen something about this before. Exactly, Olga. Just so you know, Eugenia, we also have lessons where I explain things in Spanish. Donde explico cosas en español. But that's on another day, on another channel too. Yeah, Woodward English en español. So go check it out. Okay, put user on timeout for that one then. Next time it happens, just ban them. Where is it? Next one. Exactly. So it is a short adjective, the other one. And next one is, so Australia is bigger than any other island in the world, but it is considered a continent, It is an island, actually a couple of islands or more, but the main one's Australia and Tasmania. And Australia is an island, but since it's a continent, it's not considered an island, which is really weird. Yeah, it's just one of those weird things that happens. Okay, so exactly, consists of 6 states and 2 territory. Comprises of. Australia comprises of, comprises of. I'd use both. I'd use consists of. Has. I would just say has, basically. Australia has 6 states and 2 territories. It's easier. Consists of. Okay, India consists of 29 states. Didn't know that. Interesting. Consists of. Okay, so that was the last one of this Australia quiz. Whoa. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson about, okay, it's about Australia, but it's more about grammar and everything like that. So the next live lesson explained in English will be next, same time, same day, next week. Just so you know, hopefully I will not be late. Just depends on some things, special, important things in our personal life that are happening that week. So something could happen where I might be a little late, but there will be hopefully a live lesson same day and same time next week. And I'll let everyone know on Twitter and YouTube and everything like that anyway. But it will be same day, same time next week, hopefully. And also the one for Spanish speakers on Thursday your time. Okay, so g'day mate. Now g'day mate is what you use when you first say hello to someone, not when you say goodbye. So you say, hey, g'day mate. It's like saying hello. It's just another way of saying hello. Okay, so use that at the beginning. Okay, so thank you everyone for participating today. Also, very, very special thank you to the Woodward members here. A couple of them joined in today. Got Iran from Sao Paulo in Brazil. And we also have Lolly participating from France. Remember, channel members, just check out the Discord. Remember, you can chat, put photos and everything like that there with us. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's busy. Just join us in there. If you don't have it, link to the Discord, just let me know in one of the member posts, because the member posts also. Okay, so thanks everyone. I will be checking to go check out some of these last comments. You're legends. No, I don't think so. Have a good one. You too, Tomic. Have a good one. It was hard. It was hard, teacher. Yeah, this is not, error analysis is not easy. That's why I like doing them. It's just to push the students. So thank you, Mercy. Thank you, everyone, for participating today. You participating in the chat is what makes it fun. Makes it fun. So until next time, same day, same channel. Take care. And also, thank you, Ange, for helping us out today. Thank you. It was a great lesson for me. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and of course, have an awesome day.